Blaze coach Chuck Webber. Chuck, how's the recruitment gone? Are you happy with the team?
Yeah, happy with the team. We're still waiting on 3 guys, just with some commitments back in North America, some immigration things. So hopefully they'll be here end of this week, beginning of next week, and then we'll finally have our group moving forward. Peasy and I have been working, since April. Even before I officially agreed to come back to kind of put this team together. And we've joked at times we've talked to each other more than we've talked to our significant others through this recruiting process. But we think we have some balanced pieces to the puzzle. We've been very picky in our recruiting, and hopefully we'll see the results come the ice.
And how does the team compare, and how has it evolved from last season?
Well, last year we were a meat and potatoes group of guys that bought into a defensive concept and were prepared to win a lot of 1-0 and 2-1 games. I think last year our leading scorer was 28th in the league. We picked up 5 of the top, 15 scorers from this league last year. So hopefully we're going to be a group that's still going to have the D-zone structure. We'll be able to create more offensively through individual skill.
And having proven scorers in the Elite League like Carl Lozon and Chris Lawrence, they're important pieces.
They are, but at the same time, they have to understand how we play the game. We've talked a lot about the D zone being our work zone, the neutral zone being our speed, and then the offensive zone's the fun zone. We want these guys to use their creativity, and hopefully we'll be able to create more offense while not giving up our defensive responsibility.
And there's a lot of foundation there for chemistry, guys that have played together before. For instance, Brian Stewart and Josh Godfrey played together in Lancashire. A couple of guys played together in Sault Ste. Marie over there. Is that going to be important in the early days?
Oh, for sure. Some of the teams have a lot more guys, consistency coming back, but we do have a fair share of guys coming back from Stewie on out, and then some guys, and that's a credit to Coventry from the standpoint of there's been some word of mouth. Guys that have been here talked about how they enjoyed their experience, so guys wanted to come and be part of the future of this organization.
And if we can talk about the Milton Keynes deal as well, that came about, and quite a good thing for the team.
I think it's a great thing. Pete is a fantastic coach, so it's a great situation for guys like for Griff and for Hook and Chamberlain, Clements to get more ice time, to be on the puck a lot more, as well as elevate their game. So when the time comes, they're going to be able to step in and hopefully be go-to elite league guys and be available first for things like the Continental Cup.
And for being a few guys short going into the first preseason games, you're going to get a good look at them, aren't you? Ice them a lot?
Yeah, the plan is to roll 4 lines, roll the D that we have, and give everyone an opportunity, against all of Nottingham's players, against all of Cardiff's. It's about the process for me in the exhibition. It's not the result so much as it is the process in these exhibition games that I'm seeing us improve day in and day out.
And buying into the identity again, because that's big.
Well, for sure. And we've really been talking about that since the recruiting process. The guys are here, understand the work ethic that goes involved. They kind of saw it today, the pace that we practice, the amount of skating that we do in practice, the amount of conditioning that we do in practice. So there's no surprises. The group that's here is, they're buying into what we want to accomplish here moving forward.
And having a good camp is very important. Do you feel slightly under pressure? A lot of guys have been here longer for other teams, Cardiff, for instance. Sheffield and Braehead are playing in the Champions League at the minute. Is it a catch-up kind of situation?
Well, you'd always love to have a longer camp. You'd always love to have, 6 or 7 practices leading into your first game. We have 2, but just fine. So that's going to be part of our process. We have 2 weeks. We're targeting that first game in Fife as when we want to be, even better than we are now. And that's part of the process, and that's as the individuals getting better every day. If they do that, the team will get better every day.
And have you built the team from the net out? Bringing Brian Stewart back, he was your first name and a huge addition.
Well, yeah, that if you look at the teams that I've coached in the past, and Peasy and I talked about that mindset. We wanted to be strong in goal, our defense, and then up the middle. Like last year, we really only had 2 natural centers with Omar and Lee. Seeing Cowley play for GB last year, kind of in that role, he's going to play center. But we probably have, arguably, instead of 3 centers, we probably have 6 guys that can play the middle, and that's very valuable. Guys get thrown out of face-offs. We have other guys that can take draws.
And finally, obviously there's going to be the goal of retaining the championship, maybe add to the cabinet. Do you feel any pressure, like there's a target on your back being the defending playoff champions?
No, I think right now that any team in this league could has the opportunity to win. I think there's definitely, you'd say, some teams that are favorite. We look at it last year from a regular season standpoint. It took 35 wins to win the championship. So that's a goal for us from a regular season championship. Challenge Cup, you want to qualify and get into the knockout round. And then as well, we want to be playing good hockey come the end of October there for the Continental Cup. Hopefully with the opportunity to move on there. from a pressure standpoint, we put pressure on ourselves every day to get better, and that's accountability and everything that goes along with that, which we want to be a calling card for this organization.
And for you, that'll be kind of a challenge, I guess, an interesting challenge, the Continental Cup, something you've not really experienced before?
No, yeah, it'll probably be since probably youth hockey days, where they're going for a weekend tournament kind of thing. So, there's going to be a lot of preparation for that going into it, and more so we're going to focus to that week on leading in. As a team, I'll probably be looking at things a little bit sooner, but we're going to be the old coaching cliche, a one game at a time type organization with the Challenge Cup games mixed into regular season games. And, every game we want to give ourselves the best opportunity to win.
Thank you, Chuck. Good luck for Wednesday.
Thanks, appreciate it.